Yeah.
This is an excerpt from 50 Shades of Blonde. 51 Shades of Blonde. An electric touch. He slid his entire hand up my skirt and grazed my clitoris over my underwear. I moaned, but Christopher pressed his lips firmly against mine, silencing me. I could imagine what we looked like in that moment. A young, pretty assistant with an older, handsome CEO's hand up her skirt. The fact that it was taboo only got me hotter. Okay. Just you wait. Christopher broke our kiss and slipped both his hands under my ass. Scooping me up and sitting me on the edge of the desk, he leaned back and stripped off his suit jacket and shirt. I had never been with anyone as physically imposing as him. He was easily 6'3", his arms chiseled, his chest broad. Why are you rotating around? Broad. He could overpower me in a heartbeat and I'd have no chance in hell. Lie back, he said. I took a deep, shaky breath. Was this really happening? And I did as I was told.
It's so rapey.
It's so rapey. His dark wood desk was smooth and cool beneath the backs of my bare arms. I was still wearing my dress, although at this point it was hiked up around my waist, revealing my thong. Slipping his thumbs through its lace strings, he pulled it off. He cupped the underside of my thighs and hooked my legs over his shoulders before kneeling down. Ooh. Uh-oh. I gasped when I felt the warmth of his tongue between my legs. Oh God. This is too dirty for me.
Keep going, keep going.
Okay, Christopher traced a small circle ever so lightly around my clitoris. Gradually, he narrowed it on one spot, increasing his pressure and pace. My knees went slack, nearly falling off. Bad writing. I was aware that I was moaning really loudly, but I couldn't have cared less. Moments later, I came hard. Christopher stood up, with his eyes trained on my splayed body. He unbuckled his belt and stepped out of his pants and boxers. His erection was pointing straight out, thick and hard. Stand up, he said. I obeyed. Christopher put his hands on my shoulders and turned me around. Gathering my hair into one side, he found the zipper at the top of my dress and dragged it down. The dress split in two, falling to the floor. Yeah. Christopher unhooked my bra. I sighed as he placed his hand on the center of my back, pushing me forward firmly until I was flat against his desk. From this angle, I was facing the office's large window with a panoramic view of Central Park. The glass acted like a mirror, and I could make out Christopher standing above me naked. Don't move, he said, and his top half disappeared as he bent down and rustled around in his pants. I stood there, legs spread, totally on display while he looked for a condom. He rolled it on and then placed his hands on either side of my ass. The head of his penis pressed my skin. Christopher jutted his hips forward, sliding into me. Oh God! I gasped. Christopher pumped me slowly. With every thrust, my clitoris rubbed against the edge of his desk. Deeper, I groaned, arching my back and pushing my ass back, trying to take all of him. Christopher grabbed a handful of my hair and pulled, not gently, so my head tilted back and he could drive himself all the way inside. Is that what you want? He gasped. Yes! I cried out, feeling like I was losing control. Christopher thrust into me, and I could see the intensity on his face in the reflection of the window. He gritted his teeth as he rolled his hips back and forth, killing me, slamming me against the desk. My mouth opened slightly as a second orgasm hit me, rolling through my body and lasting for what felt like an eternity. Behind me, Christopher's thrust had become shorter and faster. This is fucking rude. Do whatever you want, I told him. He pounded into me so hard it hurt, and I welcomed the pain. He came loudly, throwing his body over mine, his chest pressed against my bare back. We lay like that for some time, trying to catch our breath. I hope you're not lying to me, he whispered into my ear before peeling his body out, lying and standing up. I stood as well, turning around to face him. He handed me my dress. I'm not, I said. And it was the truth, at least for now. That was from Charles Dickens, man. Classic. No.